Welcome back, Bravehearts, and this is part 2 of today's class, but I think we've done, but this is part 4 because yesterday we did a part 1 and 2, right? That's right. And today would be, the one we just did would be 3, and this is 4, and then we're out the door, and we'll see you no more, at least today. Yeah, we worked on that one for a long time, didn't we, Sean? We did. Yeah, we need to work on it a little bit more, Sean. Sean does all my writing, so if you don't like it, throw it out. Okay. All right. You have something you want to say?
I just wanted to share.
Somebody commented on Facebook that the only time that you smile is when I say smile. That's what they said. You want to see?
Me?
Yeah, they said. The only time that you smile is when I say that you should smile. Is that true?
It's so not true. I never yesterday a bunch.
Okay, you don't know what you're talking about. Leave us alone. There. Okay, they're gone. All right, want to come sit on the hot seat? What did you say? What did you say? Oh my God. Asian terrorist.
But still love you very much.
Okay.
Just something I wanted to share. I think it's in most of our minds, and it's niggling in mind sometimes. I have some skills which I know I can share with the group.
Sean, can you move, maybe get somebody to move the banner here? There's the air conditioner, and it's really making the banner really cold. I think I actually saw the line go like this. No, just move it behind us. Put it behind us.
The line is trembling.
There, do you feel that now, the air?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Is it going to affect the sound?
That is where I asked it to go, but you know. Good help's hard to find.
Well, I did cover the window, but that's okay.
I got to find a poster boy.
It's the seat for the chill pill.
All right.
Okay. From the very beginning. Smiling Serena is from Singapore. I'm a triple S'er. Okay. Smiling Serena here from Singapore. For some of you who are new and I have not met, welcome to this amazing place. And I attract to smile. So when you smile, I'll come up to say, hi, how are you? Welcome to Ixtapa. What I wanted to share a few things. One of them is...
a few things. That was putting me on notice. Okay.
No, I'll do one at a time. Let somebody else come on first.
No. I want you to do them all.
As we all have been through the training, please feel free and open to give me your input, whatever I put out here. Because we all have some tunes or off-key notes in our head that keeps coming back. Oh, maybe I can do this, but maybe I can't because look at me, poor me, blah, 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 blah. You know, I went through this, my husband beat me, my mother pushed me, whatever. And now I'm invalid for life and I cannot do a few things because I don't have confidence in myself. So, one of the things that crossed my mind is I have a few skills that I would love to share with the group. But the main thing is that I keep telling myself, I need to heal myself first. It's my time, it's me time, me looking inside myself to see what's broken and fix the broken parts. Coming out from emotion, mind, physical. My physical body is fine. What is wrong is here and here. What has been going on through many difficult years of living a stressful life or in a city with stressful environment, with stressful people. Singapore is a very small island and everyone walks around, don't touch me, don't look at me. That's all they do. So I decided to run away and not run away. I decided to come to this paradise.
No, you ran away.
Oh, I'm an escapee. So I'm wanted on the list because I'm one of the very few that have not been vaccinated and I will not be vaccinated. So at the moment, we're still doing this vax versus the non-vax, and the non-vax cannot even go to the shopping mall. So I'm glad I left way before this too started. But get back to the point of skills we have that we know to share with the group. I think most of you or some of you have that have skills too. But when you're not ready to share because you're not healed, what is the ideal situation, doctor? I'm asking you the question.
For what?
So for us to share, let's say I am a very good yin yoga teacher, okay? And I can teach that, but I'm not willing to teach yet because I see that bodies, emotions, mental of people around here, around me, are not ready to receive this, for example, okay? And I am not ready to teach it because I'm not healed myself. So I have to love myself, and the fine line between you being ready to share something you know and will benefit most people.
Okay, so really what I think you're trying to say, I want to find my authentic self and then teach what I do best, and if it comes from my authentic self, then it won't drain me.
How
Okay.
beautiful is this guy? I mean, how amazing is he? He said it all in one statement, and I'm trying to, in my Chinese mental mind, trying to turn English and trying to find the language for it. Love you.
Love you too.
And my other question is consultation. I've done a couple of friends, hey, can I consult with you to see what it's like? But I am not at the stage of consulting and charging yet because I feel that I'm not a full graduate. I haven't done the third course, second course.
No. Let's stop.
Okay,
Let's
good.
stop. If you've gone through the course one time, you should be already on course. That's just a belief you have. You can believe this or not believe this. When I was 19 years old, I bought a food combining chart and I charged $25 an hour to do consultations. And what did I do? I read off the front and talked about the pictures of the foods, how to combine them, and then I would read from the back and they'd be sitting right there and I'd get my $25. So understand something. Not being capable is in the mind. Being capable is in the mind. So depending on how you were raised and your beliefs, you will set yourself up. And you know what? Did you ever notice something? I don't want to do it until it's perfect. That's right, and you'll never do it.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's me.
I know.
I want to make sure, because I feel like a fraud. If I go around charging money, I'm not.
No, but that's why you still get sick. Because you're living a fraudulent life.
Because I think I'm
Because
fraud.
you're not a fraud. No. Thinking you're a fraud is living a fraud. Okay, you want to know a story? A little story? Okay. Well, when I was younger, I smoked, and then I stopped smoking. And then when I opened up my first clinic, and I started seeing people, I thought it was a fraud, but then it became more fraudulent. So what I would do is, I'd run around to this back alley where I had a pack of cigarettes hidden, Player's Light, I think. And then I'd smoke 2 cigarettes, chew some gum, go in and tell people how to live.
Isn't that a fraud?
Yeah.
But how does one get over that to be able to charge a fee for
Well, you
teaching?
have to, what I should have done is hidden the cigarettes far enough away from the clinic that I didn't have time to go out and smoke them. No. And then when I did start smoking again, just all kidding aside, I don't know, some days I'd throw 3 packs out the window. Because I've had enough, boom, throw them out. And then I'd, get at least 5 blocks and stop and get another pack. So then I'd throw those out the window. And then sometimes on the way, I'd go, oh, I remember where I threw those and see if they're still in the bush. But then it rained and they didn't light very well. So, this is the insanity that we all live. And understand, I've done other stuff like that. So, for me to sit here and say that I'm not like you, that would not be true. Because I'm like everyone and everyone is like everyone, but I'm not like everyone anymore because I understood that there was only one thing that I needed to pay attention to. Me.
My authentic self.
Me. Sean.
If someone comes up to you and gives you money for you to teach them how to be healthy, they expect you to teach them how to be healthy.
Can everybody hear this or no? No, you're not near a mic though.
Okay.
Come on up here. Okay. This is Sean, and Sean does all the videos, so let's give him a clap.
Thanks, guys.
And we're going to have to retake a look at his contract because he's not allowed to be on video.
I'm gonna have to sign an image release for myself.
Yeah.
What I was getting to was I see Serena's point, but I don't think the purpose of being a practitioner. I mean, you do want to lead by example. You do want to, but I don't think that's essential. People aren't paying you for you to be healthy. They're not coming to you so you can be healthy. They're coming to you so you can teach them to be healthy. So what Daryl was saying, feeling like, you know, you need to be this pinnacle of excellence and never slip up, that's being inhuman, and you're denying
That was a
yourself.
setup. And in her culture, they're set up more for that than we were.
Yes.
But everybody's set up for that. But you're right, Sean. You hit it on the head.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's obviously discretion in place. You are going to be someone that is looked up to in the community. You're going to be someone that people want to set an example for, but you're still a human being. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say, is don't set yourself to impossible standards that are impossible, and then prevent yourself from possibly giving the world something that the world very much needs. Right? All right, that's all I had to say. Okay.
I'd like to say something on that too as well.
And don't ever come up here and try to take my job again. Because I can't do yours. Okay, all right, go ahead, Sharon.
Well, for me, you know, as I've gone
So
on
here,
this
sweetheart.
journey and looked at very, you know, a lot of different modalities, it's been about a passion and a purpose and a vibrancy associated with it. If I go to somebody and I see that they have, you know, inspiration and they have a vibrancy behind what it is that they're trying to do, rather than just they're collecting the money and saying, you know what, see you later. That's more of what I connect with. We connect with people. We buy from people because it's about that connection. And when we can personally connect with somebody, I mean, it's a key in marketing. It's such a key, is that you connect, people buy from people.
Frequency,
Yes.
vibration.
Yes. It's about that attraction. And so when you stand with, you know, you stand with confidence, then people will be migrating towards you because you have that positive
magnetic.
vibration. And it's about centering within yourself and recognizing that you can do this and do it because they're not judging you and you're judging yourself. And so there's just this whole thing, this vibration that's going to go
Nobody's
around.
judging you. They're too busy judging themselves.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what? Whenever if we slip on ice, we look around to see who's laughing.
Yeah.
Seriously, what's wrong with us?
Yeah. Exactly. Just like what happened on the bike last night. You know, it was just kind of funny because it was like, wow, it just happened. And that's what it is, right? If we can just be ourselves and just allow ourselves to unfold. I mean, the journey will never be perfect. It'll always be. It's like
You don't want the journey over, do you?
No.
That means you're leaving your physical body.
Yeah.
God, I wish this would end. Don't worry, it will. Keep saying it.
As we're going, oh yeah, go ahead, Artsy.
Can I also add something?
Then come up.
I just wanted to mention something, before Artsy comes
Go
on,
sit
is
here.
that the idea is to go down the road, and you may veer off a little bit and have a little bit of bumps, you know, a little bit of wiggle room as you're veering off the road. The key is to not land up in the ditch, because when you're in the ditch, you really got to dig yourself back up again, and
That
then
one
you're
wheel.
starting the journey. Yeah. Exactly, the one wheel. So just try not to hit the ditch. That's my advice. So enjoy the ride, because I
Archie?
do.
Just a quick one about what
Okay,
Sean said.
okay. Well,
I
she's
just want to put
she's
what
small
Sean
and
said.
she's fast.
Sean,
You okay?
Sean has spent many years couple of years with Daryl, and what you just said is amazing. And I want to say, hanging around with him is a positive. So I'm
Well,
not
hanging around with him is a positive for me too.
fantastic. So I just want to say thank you, Sean, for that share.
Oh, you're welcome.
Anybody else? I'll see you.
I like the T-shirt. Thank you.
So one thing I noticed that I did, and going back through my life, oh my God, I've been doing this to myself for so long. It's not even funny. I just moved to a townhouse where most of the locals are, and I was so excited. Oh, I'm living with the locals. I'm gonna learn Spanish faster. And then as I'm driving, no, thought comes to my mind. You're not a local until you learn perfect Spanish. And then after that, you're not a local until you get your permanent residency. And I said, why am I depriving myself of this joy of all of a sudden? I was like, I'm living with the locals, I'm local, I'm gonna be a part of this. Many of us.
I think you're local when you eat nachos.
The men.
At every meal.
Nachos, the men.
We put our own brakes on. I've been putting my own brakes on from my own joy, from my own happiness, and I'm tired of it. And I'm not going to do that anymore, and I hope that helps you.
Oh, yeah.
That does. That's wonderful. You see what we do? We set ourselves up, okay, to create invisible bonds that bind us. Okay.
Okay, kind of related to this whole thing. My name is Karen, from South Dakota. It's funny, I was walking by one, I think, Sporty's, I don't know, one of the restaurants one night, and he stopped and asked the group, where are y'all from? And I said, I'm from South Dakota. He said, that's weird. So, anyway. My question is, in class, Daryl, you told me, and not just me, you told several of us this, to go home and not talk about this for 9 months. And so if I want to go home and share this, and I understand, the go home and not talk about this for 9 months, because I need to internalize
Well,
it.
no, because you need to take all the energy that you can muster to keep loving yourself where nobody else is doing it. And if you go and try to sell unconditional love to anybody, they're going to look at you as if, you've got an orange dress on and you're trying to sell flowers at the airport.
Kind of like being from South Dakota then. It's weird.
Yeah. So the reality is when I say something, I over-exaggerate it. When somebody comes to you and says, whatever you got, I want, that's different. No, I can't tell you for 9 months. Oh, yeah, well, who would say that? I'm trying to tell you to shut your mouth, because you know as well as I do that hardly anybody you know is going to buy into this. Because guess how hard it was for you to buy into it? Like you weren't squirming in your seat for all those days going, oh God,
What have I done?
Yeah. And, by the time the third day or fourth day comes, people are starting to warm up a little bit to it and go, wow, I was programmed to actually kill myself quietly and silently. So the reality is what? You think that you've got the power to come up against somebody's subconscious? Seriously. It's not going to happen. So, unless somebody comes up to you and says, I want what you got, okay, and understand, even if somebody says that, I don't make it easy. I don't make it easy. People, okay, do you remember when you met your husband? Almost anything that he liked to eat, you all of a sudden liked eating it too. That's how desperate we are for love. And people will tell you that they're into what you're into just to be, to get something going. Oh, I'm going to pretend to be into this. I'm not doing that and letting anybody get away with it. You got to want this. Unless you want this, I'm not showing up for you. That's it. No, you know as well as I do that everybody plays inky-dinky schnitzel house when it comes to working on themselves, especially when it comes to self-love and self-care. People don't buy into that. That's just a selfish act. I mean, tell me that you didn't think that when you first got here, the first 3 days, the stuff that I was saying was very selfish, and I was teaching selfishness. Most people they're struggling with that the whole time. But you're going to go home and sell it to everyone. That's great. You're not going to sell it to anyone. They're going to pretend to want it and then not understand it. And then they're going to feel uncomfortable. And then you're going to go, well, maybe I was wrong. You better let the cement dry.
Okay, yep.
Is it going to derail you?
Yeah, because guess what? There's nobody better to derail you than your family. Because why? Because it's not your family, it's their subconscious. The more that you become different than your family, they will actually come together on a subconscious level, and they will take the legs right from under you without even knowing it. Because you're not one of us. You came back and your black stripes are white and your white stripes are black. You look like us still, but you're not one of us.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So what do you think?
I think I'm going to go home and shut up for 9 months.
Because you want to birth.
Talk to us.
Because
Right.
you want to birth the authentic you.
Yeah.
You can do this.
Right?
Incubation time.
Good day, Bravehearts. Question regarding communication with the client. Always stick to the phone call and never email. So if you're going off grid or going wherever.
You know what? You go ahead and do the email, okay?
Okay.
I'll tell you, I've had to get rid of people that consulted for me because they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't get rid of the email. You send an email, you send the answer, they come back with a question. You send another one, they send back a question.
Okay.
You want to drive yourself nuts?
Okay. So just not efficient.
Let me tell you something. How do you get people to grow? You get them to communicate. Do you call communication emails?
No.
Then why would you ever do that? Is that human?
No.
No. So why would you do that?
I was just thinking if you're going to be at a service for.
Oh
the
yeah,
weekend
can you hear the tone of their voice in an email?
No. Or the emotion
Oh.
or anything.
In case we're out of service. Are you serious?
I guess you just tell them you're going away.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on a second. You're allowed to have your life. You don't even have to tell them. You are a Monday through Friday, and you'll get back to them within 24 hours throughout the week, and then you're not going to get back to them any other time. And you're 9 until 5 or whatever the hours that. Hi,
Okay.
this is Daryl. Call me back.
I
Blah,
see
blah,
you
blah.
picking up the phone all the time, so I'm like, I
Okay.
just don't know how you get so present and do all your
Well, I do it,
everything.
but I do it.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not so emotional as you. Get all tied up with everything. Somebody says something, you take it personal still.
Yeah.
You get hurt so easy.
Work in progress.
You know what? If I'm having a bad day, I could have a better one. I could just say something and get her hurt, and then I'll feel good. So understand something, that I'll answer the phone because guess what? I don't take things personal. And I'm answering the phone because I'm trying to create a world movement, not a neighborhood. There's a difference.
Yeah. Okay.
And the reality is this, other people can answer the phone as much as I do and they'll be exhausted. I decided that I get off on answering the phone, that I get off on helping people.
Well, you have fun with it too, right? Like,
Yeah.
Which is good because you're in a place and they can feel that.
Yeah,
You like that?
they
Isn't there
call me
more?
and then I terrorize them and,
Feel good about it.
yeah,
That's the weeding out process.
yeah,
How much? Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, you know what? The thing is that, how often in your life have you said something for somebody's attention and it wasn't true? No, don't lie. Go sit down. You're going to lie.
I said often.
Oh, you did? Okay. Then see, you didn't lie. Often is right, and that's what everybody does. I don't do that ever. Ever. Because I don't care what you think. But I do care what you think because if I lied, then you'd want me to do it again. whatever I just lied about, hey, you want to eat or you want to do, or do you doodle, 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 do? And I go and say yes, then you're going to want it again. So, no, right off the bat, let's be very clear. And you won't have that until you totally love and honor and respect yourself. So guess what? So that means you're going to disrespect everybody else until you respect yourself. And you won't even know it. Because you think you're respecting yourself when you're disrespecting yourself and everybody else until you found out that you weren't. And that's why everybody says, oh yeah, I love myself, or I respect my family. No, you don't. No, you don't. We wouldn't be in the V and the C, you know. We wouldn't be there. None of this would be happening. None of it. Love is not the answer. Self-love is the answer. It always will be.
Should I tell Brian to change the lyrics?
Why?
Well, the song's called Love is the Answer.
Self-love is the answer. Yeah.
Add the word self.
Yeah.
Note to self.
Note to self, yes.
A thought just came to me that we're so programmed to think small, and keep us in this little box that's you know, that we now cover ourselves in, our homes or our small communities, our small thinking. And this movement that Daryl is creating, when he said the fact that he's answering the phone because he's creating a world movement. I mean, we need to really understand the fact that we are leaders. We're leaders in this new world, practitioner world. And so as being a leader, stand tall and empower yourself within that leadership. And that's what it is. It's vibrancy, it's communication, it's the way that we carry ourselves, it's how we love ourselves, it's our emotional stability. And so move yourself from this little box and expand yourself to the fact that we are leaders. And whatever that looks like, allow your imagination to flow, because that's what I'm doing.
And expand yourself enough that it's not about loving others, it's about loving yourself first and foremost before anyone else or anything else, so help you God.
Yeah.
Because when you just go at the love others, okay? Well, that's just not working, is it? Does it seem to be working to you? It's kind of broken, isn't it? Sean, can you make sure we get a thumbnail on the last part, please?
Last video?
Yeah.
Already done.
Don't think so.
Get excited,
Just try to
because it is.
refresh it
I
again.
did.
Oh, okay. I couldn't see.
There you go.
Okay, check now.
No, I don't want to.
Okay.
You can't make me. Hey, Rick, how's it going?
Good, buddy.
Find that childlike excitement that you can remember when you were a kid. Create the excitement, because the excitement is what's going to push you through. And I'm so excited, and I'm removing all the blocks that I possibly can, so that then I can be out there and I can be teaching this, and I can be doing PTTs, and I am going to be one of the certified trainers. That is my goal. I'm going to be on that website.
You can't make it if you don't learn to let go.
Yeah,
You have to let go everything that vibrates below what you want.
yeah.
And most of you won't be able to do that. You're set up not to do that. I'll let go of whatever I need to. Whatever I need to. And I'm not talking about I let go of my family. I let go of my family in the way that I don't try to control them. I let go of my family to allow them to make their own mistakes. I let go of my family that they know where I am if they want me to help them. But I'm not going to stick my nose in anymore. That's letting go.
I'm jumping on that one.
Which,
Letting go with the families.
no, you got to sit here.
And let go of the people that you don't vibrate high with.
Yeah, you got to let go of them. And
Yeah,
it
let
doesn't
go.
matter if they're family or friends
Yeah.
or what it is. You know what? They're going to find other people to hang around with. Don't feel so bad. Oh, I feel so bad. I've been friends for so long. Yeah, I know, but she's an alcoholic. How does that make you feel? I know, but I feel sorry for her. Okay, stay there. I'm out of here. I'm done. I'm done. Welcome to the real world. That's what goes on in this world. I will stay and suffer here for the good of all. Isn't that what it is? We will suffer today for a better tomorrow. Bullshit. Bullshit. I'm not suffering for anyone today for a better tomorrow, because that's what they've been telling us since the beginning of time. If we suffer now, we'll have a better world for our children. What? Are you like out of your skull?
Yes, they are.
Jumping on the back of what Daryl just said about letting go of families, letting go of controlling them. I'm a mother and I'm a grandmother. So before I came away here, my daughter called and said, Mom, I think some of you have heard this story. I have good news. The Australian government allows me to travel to Singapore, but I have to be away for a minimum of 3 months. They live in Australia, my daughter with her 2 beautiful children and her husband in Brisbane. So she said, I got permission to come to Singapore for 3 months. So we'll be there with you September, October, November, and we'll come back home for Christmas. Or if you want, we can stay home for Christmas. Then I said to her, because she's been like our pride and joy. She's amazing. Both the kids are beautiful. You all heard Oliver. What an amazing genius with the mushroom. I had no idea my son knows so much about the mushroom. So I'm like gobsmacked myself, saying, my own son, I did not even turn to appreciate what he knows. Because why? As a mother, you're constantly correcting, judging, and saying, you gotta do this better. We are constantly in the back of our head, subconsciously, we do that all the time. So like Daryl said, when your children call, or when you are a parent, you do not let go of that control. But now, since he's been here, we are friends. I mean, we talk through and we discuss these things about Daryl, what Daryl has taught him, and he's growing, not even attending any of the courses, but just being in this environment. So anyway, so my daughter said, we can come and hang out with you guys. I said, that's fantastic, my darling. I said, but there's a one big but. I am not vaccinated, and I will never get vaccinated. And if you come here, we can't go to the parks, we can't go to the zoo, I can't take the children anywhere, but only in the home. And besides, that's one factor, but the most important fact is that I have signed up and bought my flight to leave Singapore on September the 4th. She's coming in on September the 15th or so. I said, and I am not changing this plan. Not for you, not for the grandchildren. So she's trying to tuck the emotion. But the grandchildren miss you, Johnny. He says, where's Pawpaw? Pawpaw is grandmother in Chinese for the women's side. But where's Pawpaw? I want to see. So she sings these songs to me, and she tells me, and she keeps sending video of the kids in the hope that I will change my mind. But then I said to my husband, I said, Jeremy, he says, can you think about this? I said, no. I said, I'm going for me. I've had 40 years of being caregiver for the children, for my husband. Now I'm caring for myself. So I decided to just get on the flight and come here. And she said to me when I left, you know, you may never see the kids till they're like 10. I said, it's fine too. Then I can teach them about the whole life coach thing. It will resonate better. So she finally accepted it. And now is embracing my move here, listening to your video, and I sent her all the information especially for children, because both her kids. So we have a lot of fights together, because as soon as the kids were born, they were vaccinated. And then a few months later, I went with her to the pediatrician, more vaccination. I kept saying, you can't do this. So there's a bit of a tug of war there. But I have learned to let it all go. They are not my kids. They are your kids. If they fall sick, I'll be dead and gone when they turn 45, so not my problem. So I've let them all go. So I'm sure there are mothers and grandmothers and parents who are going to be parents and who are having children. Just to not take everything so serious. It will pass. And let go of all that shit that's been on your back, in your head, whatever. Because it creates emotions in you that you do not know. It creeps up slowly into you, and you become a different person. So what Daryl said about letting go of all the children, he has 4 kids. I only have 2, so he has double the trouble than me, so double the issues to deal with. But I learned to accept that I have been given two beautiful gifts, my daughter and my son. And my son's amazing. My daughter is just as amazing. And the children are beautiful. So that is the picture I have. And I move on from here. Because perfection is never, like he said, you want to be perfect, you're gone. Why? I don't need to reach perfection. I'm growing every day, 1% at a time, letting go bit by bit. That's my share here. And one more thing I want to mention. You said, I'm waiting for someone to tell me what to do in your this morning share. Yes, that's human nature. We are so taught, especially in Asia, 8 to 9, you go to this piano lesson. 9 to 10, you go to this violin lesson. 10 to, after school, you go to this tuition. You go to Kumon. So every minute of your life in Singapore or in Asia, you are directed, you're told what to do. I didn't have the privilege of that kind of a childhood upbringing. I live in the big village with everybody running around, so I'm not conformed to that. But I see that, and I live in that environment. So what I was trying to say was that we also use these kind of excuses. So through our lives, we have traumas, we have medical issues, we have families abusing us, my father, my mother, my sister, my brother, all these kind of problems. And we use these excuses to keep us from growing and keep us from doing stuff that we are very capable of doing. We are amazing, but these kind of thoughts, like I had a few medical issues in my life, and I used that as an excuse. I said, oh, I can't hear so well, I'm not going to listen. So I tune up, because I don't know if you've seen the video, I had 33 radiation done to my head. So my ear, nose, and throat are basically F. So, but I'm working my immunity to get it back. And if I can speak in this tone, I can now hear even Laurie, say a word. Say a word.
Say something.
Say something.
Love unconditional.
Love unconditional. And the old Serena will be saying, she's too far, I can't hear her. I've been radiated, my ears are shot. No, Daryl is right. What you feed yourself verbally, mentally, is what comes out and what will heal. So she said, love yourself unconditionally. I heard every word. The old Serena would say, she's too far, I'm not hearing her, and I switch off. Or I love to cook. Someone cooks something and taste it. When I finished my radiation, I could not taste, I could not smell, I could not hear, I could not even swallow. I love food. I'm a foodie, but of course, where we have many different spices. I can tell you which spice, coriander, cumin, aniseed. I can now detect each spice in everything because I train myself to learn to get back my sense of smell, hearing, and speech. I even went for voice lessons to get my vocal cords back to what it was. I could not speak. I was like this. It was ridiculous. So, but these are the hindrances we put upon ourselves to move forward, to do things that we think we know we can do. But mine is an extreme case, but many of us will have issues like, I was bullied as a child in school, or someone took my lunchbox from school and I'm eternally scarred or whatever. But all these are just past stories that we have to let go. So
rewrite your story. It's not his story, history. History's bullshit, everyone. Everything you ever learned about history is a lie. Okay? All the villains were made into heroes, and all the heroes were made into villains. You know nothing about true history. My God, we celebrate Thanksgiving to a murderer. Let's just put it to bed.
Yes. So, in short, all that we have is us to learn to love ourselves totally. Admire yourself. Oh, I'm beautiful. I'm great. I know I'm fantastic. I know I'm amazing. And I smile all the time. Who's that person on Facebook? Get her and tell her.
Don't worry. We are going after her. Me and you, we are going to search her out. Even if we have to get vaccinated, we're going to get her.
Anyway, I thought I'd bring this topic up because I know I can see that many of us have doubts in ourselves. Many of us think that we're not capable to do many things, but we are. So if any of you want to come up here, sit on this hot seat and take it away from me, come, please share your fears, your whatever, because this is our practitioners group of conversation. If we don't do it now, when are we going to do it? Right? Cool.
We have another 10 minutes, and then Kinga will be taking the hot seat, okay?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. What do you think?
I was doing this, remember?
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about letting go, and I had to let go of my family. And, in the process of letting go, my sons have called me more. And I didn't ask for that, but I didn't expect it either, but it happened. So when you let things go, wonderful things can happen for you. And they've happened for me. And, talking about the computer, I have 3 wonderful
Hey, Cheryl,
bowel
what's up?
movements every day now, just because you let go. And you can have that too. Just follow the perfect day. And
No.
I'm not perfect on that, but I'm getting there. So just let go.
No.
It's easy.
No.
That's all I have.
Thank you, Todd.
No, they're not. They're not supposed to be telling you to stop it. That's not true. No. I said shipping is free. I did not say worldwide.
I
and they
don't have
better
much
not
to
be
say,
refunding
only
them.
that
And
I
nobody
came up
does
here
anything
to get
unless
over
they
my
come.
fear of being in front of the camera. I've always been on the other side. I've always been the one taking the pictures, doing the videos, because I didn't like being in front. And that's why I came over here, just to rip the Band-Aid off. So that's it. Hello.
Yeah,
She does.
yeah, absolutely.
Hi, everybody. I'm Donna Charlene, and this has been a journey as I knew it would be. I came here knowing I was going to go on a life-changing journey, and I was not let down in any way. I have a voice now. I was a little bit like you before, and now I can sit here without vibrating with nervousness and actually look at you all and talk to you all, feeling feeling confident. I've learned so much, and I feel like I'm being reborn again, which is absolutely amazing. I feel so much strength. I am so blessed and thankful that I have this chance to totally learn to love myself, grow, and take care of myself first and foremost. So help me God, and help others learn to take care of themselves. And I love you all, and I thank you all for your energies. And even though I'm going back to Canada, I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to grow. I'm going to learn. And if anybody asks me, I'll help them. Until then, I'm going to take care of myself and myself only. Love you.
Thank you.
That's it.
Back to what I just... I lost my train of thought. Back to what I was just saying. The other thing is just be mindful about parenting and grandparenting, or even with friends. We are all now aware of clean eating, gluten-free, dairy-free, vegetables more than anything. Be mindful, be careful not to judge what your friends are eating. Like my daughter feeds her children with stuff that Australians love to eat. So initially I would go, you can't give him that. You can't give her that. And it created a negative vibration in the environment. So the last time I was there, Papa, can I have an ice cream cone? How many would you like, darling? And he was just one. So I said, can I give an icy pop instead? Anyway, or he wants a cookie. And so I decided to make the cookies myself so that it's less harmful. But just be mindful that we tend to judge. So I'm just sharing this non-judging, in very small ways we are not aware. And then it creates such bad vibration in the environment. Even my son-in-law saying, I came back one day and I saw my grandson eating a sausage, a man sausage, but with it not cooked in the middle. I said to the helper, I said to her, who gave him that? Immediately, because I saw a raw bit and I saw my son chomping on the sausage, and I said, who gave him that? And she said, sir. I said, so he came, the husband, my son-in-law came and said, I gave him that. I'm the father, I give him whatever I like. I said, oh, okay. Kill your son if you want with a half-cooked sausage, because not my problem, not my child, your child. That was when I realized, Serena, shut your bloody mouth and don't say anything. And just accept the situation, accept the way it is. This is how it is, and just move on. If I can support, I support. So back on to what I said initially, we have treatments done to us. Before I had my radiation and the oh shit story, I was a super vibrant person. I have energy just like him. I could move the mountains. I could do any courses I go to. I'm the one with the question. I ask and ask and ask. I don't have any doubt about myself. But because I used this treatment that was falsely assigned to me, and I blame the whole situation, myself, my children, for not doing the right research for me. How dare, what kind of kids are you? You're supposed to do all the research. No, I'm supposed to do research for myself. I'm supposed to find out the truth for myself. So my point in sharing this is that we have to let go of the old story. And to your point, I'm not afraid to come on the stage. I'm not afraid to do any of these things. But I too much of a perfectionist. I have to do it right and proper. So I have to even scale that back and just be myself, shine in whatever light I have in me at the moment, from moment to moment. And thankfully, grateful that I have you guys to share my stories with. Thank you so much. Get your stories coming up with more shares.
I had Karen come to me during the break to ask me for a perfect day consultation. So I just put the message out about an hour ago. I said I'm going to start this weekend with the perfect consultation. And what happens, it's all about the energy we put out there, the motivation, taking the massive personal action. And you mentioned to me that you were pleased that I was doing that in my life with the enemas. And I believe it's being the change, and I'm going to get back on them this weekend. I've got more. I've got 3 Doco Detox coffees. It was a few weeks ago. But it's like, it's about, you mentioned the other day you've got 3 positions you need filled for the perfect day consultations on the phone. I'm going to be filling one of those positions. I'm going to be spending the time investing in myself. I could apply for it now, but I know that I want to familiarize myself more with the products. I want to get the practice in on the phone. I want to be the best I can before I put myself forward for that. And utilizing the tent, we've only got about maybe 4 of us. I see the same 3 or 4 people coming in doing the Wolf non-surgical. We've got this to use for free. We've got a Telegram group for people who want to practice. We can communicate, we can meet up. Let's use these resources that we've got. If people want to join the group, I think it's Sam. Is Sam in here? You set it up, didn't you? So it's like, join the group and we can practice. You know, some of us, we've taken the course once or twice before. We can practice together, you know, and it's like, let's use these utilities while we've got the chance and the opportunity. And, you know, that's what community is about. It's about helping each other, you know, helping each other to learn. And I'm learning. Let's learn together. Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank
Yeah.
you, John.
That's okay. Yeah.
Kinga, want to come up? So this is Kinga. Kinga and Raf, they look after our how to market properly, how to reach people properly. And when I say market, some people think, oh my gosh, marketing, yeah, salesmanship. No. We're talking about what's the best way to get your message out to people who want to hear it around the world or in your local area, depending on how you want to work, whether it's online or whether it's in person. What's the best way? How would you like to make no mistakes or very few? Or would you like to make the same mistakes that everybody else made? Or would you like to have no mistakes? Would you like to pay a price that when you pay it, you know you're getting what you're getting? The reality is that Doc of Detox makes nothing on websites or anything. We don't make anything off of you for your marketing. They've come to me to say, look, we can really help you. We want to help these people. They're not coming because they need a job. They're coming because they want to help get the word out about what a New World practitioner is and to actually make a difference. And that's the God's truth. Kinga, you want to take it away?
Yeah, definitely. Is this on?
Yeah, it's on.
Yeah, okay.
But you're going to have to speak louder because there's no speaker in the back.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I don't want to be like just too loud. So
I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Sean. So I'm just wondering, so how many of you want to actually start a practice, whether in the whole life coach or Wolf non-surgical? Okay, quite a few people. So how many of you would want to be interested initially getting your feet wet and just selling Doc of Detox products online? Like that's just initially what you want to do. Okay.
Sean, please stick to your job, please.
I make videos.
Sean, you know, I'm surprised you haven't jumped on the bandwagon yet, but
Yeah.
you know, it's okay. Whatever. Everyone has their time.
I don't really know what I'm doing, so
Yeah.
I want to learn everything.
Okay, good.
Sorry, so could I just see your hand up again for the people that just want to do
Products.
Okay, products. How many of you want to add products plus incorporate like a Wolf non-surgical, a whole life coach, or both? Okay. So just to let everybody know, we have 4 different websites because there's 4 different types of practitioners. In the past, it was just one website for everybody, and there was a big hole in it. But what we've discovered is there's some people that actually just want to sell Doc of Detox products, which makes sense because you're making, you know, a beautiful percentage on the back end, and it makes sense. Some people are not ready for the Wolf non-surgical or the whole life coach. Some of you already are, so there's a different website for that. Totally different story. And so I guess today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the difference between having a website and having a marketing website or something that actually works for you. So a lot of times people get a website, they have a friend of a friend or somebody who could, you know, do a website for them. And yeah, in today's world, guys, creating a website is really easy. If you comb YouTube, if you read a few books here and there, you can probably create your own website and it will be a beautiful thing and it'll be awesome. However, in today's world, keep in mind that there are so many other websites that are competing against the exact same service or product. So I challenge you guys when you go home today, wherever you are, if you're in Edmonton, Los Angeles, wherever the heck you're from, go on Google and type in deep tissue therapist. And there should be a sea of red on the Google map. You're competing against those people. Is your service different? 100%. Is their deep tissue better than yours? You're the best there can be. But the consumer on the back end has no bloody idea. So what they do is they feel like, okay, I feel I maybe need deep tissue today. They go on Google, put in deep tissue therapist, and you know what they're going to do? They're going to go down that list, call in or send an email and say, how much do you charge? And as you know, the price range is like this, right? And if they don't know any different, they don't know what makes Wolf Non-Surgical different, what makes it better. If they don't know all that, they're going to go for the cheapest option, right? And I encourage you guys to do also a tiny little test. I encourage you to go get a massage today or tomorrow to one of the huts here on the beach. Then I encourage you to get a if you haven't already, get a Wolf Non-Surgical here and compare. Like just with a clean slate, compare the difference, right? And you got to keep in mind that when people are coming into you for the Wolf Non-Surgical, you got to make sure you're different than other people. So to really know your competition, I always say, get a deep tissue in your area. And you will learn everything they do great, but you will also learn things that they do really wrong. And you get to improve that way. So I digress a little bit, but the reason why I say that is because what I found a lot of practitioners that I've worked with in the past for creating their websites, they're competing on price. And when you compete on price, you become a McDonald's, which is basically the cheapest food, the cheapest product, the cheapest labor, get it in and get out, and all they're doing is quantity. So you're probably thinking, well, I'm starting, right? I'm starting, so I need to do a cheaper rate and just do a lot of it until people get to know me. But you know what's going to happen? They will know that Ron does the deep tissue for $99, and when you finally decide to grow some balls and charge what you should charge, they will never pay your rate, and you're back to square one. So what do you need to do? You need to have, I'm getting goosebumps talking about this because there's so many practitioners that I've worked with that had such amazing results. And what you really need to do is have a plan. Have a plan for your website. How am I going to collect leads? Leads are basically customers that potential customers that go on your website to check you out. They're not going to buy on the first shot. There needs to be a plan for a follow-up. There needs to be a plan to collect their information. There needs to be a plan for packages, upsells, cross-sells. It's not just having a website. So what we do is we create a plan for you. And so far what we did is all the practitioners that we have worked with, we found a big hole in something that every single practitioner experienced. And that is basically, writing copy on the website, how to create bundles, how to price yourself for profit. I've had so many conversations with practitioners about a mindset for actually being open to receiving money for this service. One practitioner, Danielle in particular, that I've worked with, she wanted to start off at, I can't remember, I want to say $99, like something ridiculous. But she wouldn't change her mind. She's like, no, I feel this is the right path. So I didn't push because we all have our path and we got to stick to it. So about three and a half weeks in, when we started like creating the pricing, and she saw things on paper, which is why I always do cost of goods sold, which is cost of goods sold is basically what it really costs for you to create that product or service. And when people see those numbers, a big freaking light bulb goes on. And she said to me, Kinga, I need to charge a minimum of $149. And I smiled and I'm like, yeah, it's what I told you since day one. So what we basically did with RAF is we're now in the process of finishing up and polishing off a 6-week course when we're going to be creating the website. So once the website kind of like the general look and feel is done, which is like, 5% of the work really, we are now going to have like a group course where we're going to teach you a skill a week. And then I'm totally pulling days out of thin air here, but let's say Monday we teach you a concept, a topic. On Thursday, but by Thursday you complete your homework, and then you have a chance to ask questions when you get stuck. And what I found is going to be amazing is having like a group thing, is because we can all learn from each other, big time. And when we have like the initial calls with everybody, we find that every single one of you has a very special thing they can offer. For example, this girl sitting beside me here, we had about an hour and a half interview about what her goals are, where she wants to go. You know, does she need a simple website, or does this website need to be really perfect right out of the gate, because she has big plans down the road. And if we don't know that and you create a simple website, guess what? You'll be redoing a website. How many of you have a website of some sort? How many of you have redone that website more times than you can count because it wasn't ready? So that's what a lot of times happens when we just get the first thing. We just create a website and we think it's going to be good to go. And then we realize we need this, this, and this. And then you have to redo it all over again. So our initial call it's about an hour and a half where we ask you a whole bunch of questions, which are, some of them are quite personal, to be honest, and to get to know what you need. Because in reality, sometimes that practitioner might not be a good fit with us and vice versa. When I was chatting with Sharon, what I actually discovered is that this girl wrote a book. She wrote a book, and on the website that she currently had, that was nowhere on her website. And it was a book about health, and it fit right in with what she was doing. And I said, Sharon, like, why isn't this book on your website? So some of you might be thinking, well, Kinga, I didn't write a book. I didn't do this. And yes, 100%. So what we do is when we have that call with you, we take that out. We see that potential, we grow it. So that's kind of, in a nutshell, what we do. Did I kind of answer it? Yes. Yes.
Here's the thing. Why don't you try to deal with yourself like you're a professional right now? Because you are. You are. Again, we're back to the disrespecting of oneself again. When will you respect yourself? Enough that you're just going to give yourself everything and you only deserve the best. And when you deserve the best, everybody looks at it and says, I want the best.
And don't get me wrong, you guys. If you're looking for this like total turnkey service that you're just gonna, drop some money and be like, here, King and Raf, go into the sunset and create. No, there's gonna be a lot of work from your end. Because if we create a template website with the same wording on every single website, you could do that on your own or have a friend do it for like super cheap. So if you are thinking of getting a website through us, get ready to roll up your sleeves, because there'll be a lot of work from your end before this baby's done.
But the work you do now will save you thousands of times and dollars later.
And then the other...
I know, because I didn't do it right.
The other thing too that we do is that once the website is created, we put the power back into your hands. I don't want you calling me at midnight on Friday telling me, Kinga, please update my promo to this. Because I feel bad taking money for something so silly, and two, if you can log into a computer, you can make tweaks on your website on your own.
And yeah. And you know what? And here's the deal. Web people don't want you to know that. Just like how I told you to stop treating people, train them. They want to train you, not mistreat you.
So, yeah, in a nutshell, that's it. And I just wanted to share one more thing about Danielle. When Danielle came to me, she had like zero money. And she said, Kinga, like, this is a tough pill to swallow, and it didn't matter what the price was. It was in a tough spot. So we worked out like a payment plan that she felt comfortable with, and she was like sending me $200-300 a month, and I was okay with that because I'm like, I know where she's gonna go. When we were here, like, I don't know, 2-3 weeks in, we went to Cala del Mar for a few days to rest up, and I got this message from Danielle. And based on the work that we did together, she got over the money thing. She started I said, just stick to this plan. Just try it. If it doesn't work, we tweak it again. You have nothing to lose. And she sent me this big thing. She's like, I literally made thousands of dollars this past week. And my next payment that I received from her wasn't for $200-300. It was like $1,500. So I knew that she got an amazing return on her investment. And that made me feel real good.
Yeah.
But for any of you that potentially may be interested in a website, and I mean just, seeing how it is, if you go to www.sproutyourpractice.com/DOC for doc, we have an opt-in, just very basic information on there. And if you opt in, give us your email address. We will be following up with you on everything that we do. And sproutyourpractice.com is our website. There is a quiz on there. If you are looking for a website, you click on that link. It'll ask you a whole bunch of questions, and it'll give you a rough draft approximately of what you potentially may be looking for and an approximate cost of what it'll be. If you don't want to contact us directly and just kind of see how that is, you can do that as well. Does anybody have any questions pertaining to websites or business or anything at all?
Is that /doc?
/DOC.
SproutYourPractice.com/DOC.
Yes. Did I say something incorrectly?
No, I'm just making sure I'm putting it on the screen.
Okay. Verifying, yes. /DOC. Yes.
I'm very interested.
Yes.
I think I have a unique set of things I can offer that will create real value, and that sounds really good. But I am wondering, are you offering to have it hosted as well? Is that part of what we're doing, is the hosting?
Yes, there are options. You can host it yourself. It's totally up to you. Because we have so many websites, we get a killer deal. And so whatever it costs us, we just extend it back to you. And if you actually contact the hosting company directly and say, hey, I'm looking for this, and then you compare it to ours, you'll see a difference. But yes, you could absolutely do it yourself. But the most important part that I really want to stress is that once the website is done and the structure is made, tweaks can be done by you. So if you're working with someone potentially getting your website, please ask about that. What does it look like if I need to update something? How quickly does it take to get it updated? And how much does it cost? Because I heard absolutely ridiculous things like $250 an hour to make a minute, tiny change. Which, I mean, if you have a lot of money, I guess it's not a problem. But I think for little things like that, you could do yourself. Why keep that money in your pocket? I don't know.
And also, just know that you'll always hold the keys to the city.
Yes, very important.
And sorry, but I will tell you, webmasters, there's a lot of them out there that are web scammers. And they will buy your website name, or they will take it, move it to them. Oh, I can't move it back. Oh my God. The horror stories are just never ending. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
When we had certain practitioners found a domain name that they liked, and they're like, oh my God, this is so complicated. Can you just buy it for me?
Yeah.
No. And if you ever have any web guy who's like, I'll register your domain name, run for the hills. In fact, guys, respectfully, do not share your domain name with anybody here unless you bought it.
Did you buy it yet, guys in the back? Did you buy it yet? It's $9.
Yeah.
No, buy it.
Yeah. Buy it.
GoDaddy. End of story.
Yeah. Yeah, and I
GoDaddy takes, and you can call them or you can buy, do it, but just do it. $9.99.
Yeah.
I mean, Daryl, how many domain names do you own?
Now, how many have I bought?
Yeah.
I went through an obsession. Oh my God, that's a good name. That's a good name. At one time, I think I owned over 100.
It does become an obsession.
Yeah, but now, okay, it's okay. I seeked help, recognizing that I had a problem,
Consulting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? If your domain name, because this is honestly a thing that one of the number one thing that practitioners, when they're trying to find a name, don't stress over it. When we were creating Sprout Your Practice, there were so many names we were working with, and that domain was taken, and then one day when you just let go, SproutYourPractice.com, available in today's world, it was crazy. So I was like, this is meant to be. But anyways, Ron, you had a question?
Yeah, so breathe, just relax, it'll happen.
I have a website, it's called SavvySigler.com, and of course I put several emails on that said Savvy Sigler.
Can you take that empty chair and put it here, please? If you have a question, come up. Because it's not going to work. Just put the chair beside Kinga. No, stay there, Kinga. Okay, all right, yeah.
It's got
Put-
a wide capture.
Yeah, put it just between the two of you. That'll be fine.
Just back it up a bit. There you go.
There, and let's just do it this way. It'll be more efficient.
Okay, so I have savvysigler.com, and I use different emails that they can respond to on the web page. So can I use that if I have purchased that domain name and use it for Savvy Sigler Health or Savvy Sigler Non-Surgical, whatever it may be?
So, like as an example, Sprout Your Practice is my domain name. So that means if you type it into the address bar, it's www.sproutyourpractice.com, which means that my email address, the last part has to be the same. So for example, you could have info@sproutyourpractice.com, you could have kinga@sproutyourpractice.com, but that sproutyourpractice.com is constant. You can't change it. Now, keep in mind that some time ago, Gmail changed things where if you want like kinga@sproutyourpractice.com instead of kinga@gmail.com, as an example, they're now charging you for every email address. So if you have like 5 email addresses within that domain name, you're actually spending like about $50 a month on something you don't need. So I always say keep it simple. Especially with starting out, you're bootstrapping, which means that you are getting some money in, reinvesting back in your business, and then obviously living off of the other profits. It's not like you have a whole bunch of money you can just start off into the sunset. So you need to be really careful how you spend your money. And yes, every $10 does count. Because if I had $50 a month, Ron, I would do a Google ad or a Facebook ad on something, and doing it that way instead of spending it on an email address that you don't need 5 of. Does that make sense?
Right, I'm not paying anything extra for it right now.
Okay, so you must have gotten it
Yeah.
before the change. Smart. Okay. Yeah, definitely.
But I would just put a /health or /non-surgical and have people go to that
you
webpage.
mean, yeah, that's a structure of a website, absolutely. So once again, it's like sproutyourpractice.com, I have /about/whatever. So you could have as many like sub pages that you need. That is no problem. Yeah.
So it would be, I just want to make sure I had the domain name savvysigler.com just for me, and then I would sprout whatever business I had on top of that.
So guys, if I say to you, Savvy Sigler, what is the first thing that comes to your mind?
He could rip me off. He's a crook. Yeah.
Smooth talker.
Smooth talker.
So one of the things
And I
that
don't get anything with health in that
Yeah.
at all.
Right.
So that's definitely one of the biggest things that we do when we talk with every practitioner. And I'll do it with you guys because it really hits home, and it's important that he said this. So if I say to you, like I'll say something to you and you like shout back the first word that comes to your mind. So Coca-Cola.
Crap.
Soda pop.
Pop, yeah. Yeah.
McDonald's.
Hamburgers.
No, guys, please.
No, it's true. I get it. I would
Right.
I
But
do
that's
this.
not quite where we're going.
No, we totally are. They're hitting the nail on the head, right?
Fast food.
Yeah, exactly. Ferrari.
Cars.
Expensive.
Wealth.
Okay. Louis Vuitton. Now, put your name, your company name in there, and what is somebody going to think about you? Are you in health, or are you Savvy Sigler? Those gotta align. Like Doc of Detox, I mean, Jesus hits the nail on the head, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts on what he does. Nothing.
So I'll just throw out my website.
No, it's not about dropping it, but it is something we need to talk about because first impressions are big. You know what I mean? Like when you walk into a room, subconsciously, you already are picking out your friends. Like people you like vibrate with and people who are like kind of not. And when people go on your website, it's exactly the same thing and it needs to align. So that's one of the things that we talk about primarily because it is really important. Sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
Go outside. Not well, are you done, huh?
Yeah, I'm done.
Then switch.
Okay,
Make sure you go by
so-
the mic.
You're beautiful. I would like to say that I've been working with Raf and Kinga in regards
Excuse me, you've been working with Kinga.
Well, that's true. Kinga, that's true. Well, I had a meeting with the two of you.
Yeah.
I've been working
First
with Kinga.
one, yeah.
That's right. And I must say that the information and the philosophies and the picture that they bring to the table as far as such a professional, they know their stuff, they know what to do, and they've got the background, they've taken all the courses, they've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in regards to how we could create a program. This isn't a website, this is a program. And I am nothing but absolutely thrilled in order to continue this process and to really get things rolling. And it's my goal now is that I'm on it. And I could do nothing but say, if you want success and you want to come out of the starting gates as far as BAM and you're on your way, you've got the Doc of Detox, you've got Daryl Wolf's programs, you've got everything, all these components, and this is what's going to just end up just sending you right into orbit, and you'll never look back. I just like to say that.
And I mean, Jesus, guys, do you know how many people approach Daryl on products like on the daily? You guys have the best of the best products that have already been filtered, tried, tested, and true. You're already like light years ahead. So for somebody that comes out of here and doesn't do an affiliate is like mind-boggling to me. Because to start a business and get the products of the caliber that Daryl has is so much freaking work. You have no idea. And it's already done for you. And that's just one tiny aspect of it. Yes?
When does your next program start?
Yeah, so we are based on how many people we have here on.
Can you repeat the question?
Yes. So I guess the question is, when are we starting our next course? We are going to be starting it soon. We wanted to just wait and see how many people we have from this group to see if we can have you guys join. Basically what happens is, sorry? You're in. From our website, once we have all your information, we schedule an initial call, which is about an hour and a half. And like I said, we ask you all the questions, and based on your answers, we may be able to help you and we may not. We did have some people that are like, what you're looking for is not something that we provide, and it's okay. For the people that are on the same page, then we basically create a proposal for you, for your particular case, because we literally found that every single practitioner that we talked to had a personal gift that they had no idea they had. They're like, yeah, I do this. It's not a big deal. I'm like, what are you talking about? We're putting this on your site to make it uniquely yours on top of everything else. So to answer your question really quickly, if you are somewhat interested, definitely opt in on sproutyourpractice.com/DOC. And we'll probably be I want to say soon, but I don't want to give you an exact date because we're still polishing off the course before we start off. We're still speaking with practitioners.
You guys got to understand something. They don't do anything unless it's top shelf. And you need to get this. And you'll find out when you start sniffing around that nobody's going to be able to beat their price for what you're getting. You're getting a real professional service here. Go ahead, Kinga.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, like the amount of hours that I spent, like, because I track everything, right? So how much time I've spent with a single email, text, speaking with practitioners, trust me, my $1 an hour rate is not like through the roof, but I'm doing it because I love it. And when I get emails from practitioners that are saying, Kinga, oh my God, this is what happened this week after I implemented tiny little things. And the crazy part is Danielle's website is not even launched yet. Okay, it's not even launched yet. So that's the crazy part.
How long is the course?
6 weeks. 6 weeks. Potentially it could be a little longer because now I'm discovering that there are other little things that I need to add. So we're doing the core part to get your website done. And then we're doing additional little things to give you information and give you the power to be able to create your own promotions as well. So that's probably going to be another week. So maybe 6 to 7 weeks.
Would you be able to give us a rough estimate? Would it be weeks until the course starts, or could it be like a few months?
Oh, no, weeks. Yeah. No, it won't be months for sure.
How many hours or per day or per week does the person that signs up need to work?
That's a very good question. We are going to do like a lecture anywhere. It's going to be about 2 hours. No, 2 hours once a week for the first call. Then the second call might be another 2 hours, depending on how many questions we have. So if somebody has out of the whole group, let's say somebody has like 2 questions, it might be, I don't know, 20 minutes. But I have a feeling everyone's going to have a lot of questions, and you guys are going to learn a crap load from each other. You will see what kind of promotion you do. You'll get an idea and spin off of that. And that is, like, this little mini 6-week mastermind is worth its money in gold. Trust me.
So, and once I sign up, how many hours a week do I have to work on, preparation? Because our course is starting for the people that want to be taking.
Yes, and that was the challenge we were facing here. We got approached saying, well, I'm in the course, I'm here so long, I don't have time. So that's why we figured the next month will be great because like there are no courses.
Yes.
On the flip side, it is Christmas, so it is going to be busy, but we are going to be recording the calls. So if you could only be there for an hour, or life got busy and you couldn't do it, then at least you have the recording and you can watch it. But it depends on how quickly you learn. I've been asked this question so quickly, and with the practitioners that I've worked with, some have really quickly done it, and some needed a little bit more hand-holding. So it really depends on how quickly you grab this information and how quickly you learn, if that makes any sense. But I'm guessing at least a couple hours.
So it's once a week, a couple of hours.
Twice a week. Once is the lecture. Then you do your homework. Then we meet for a Q&A if you run into a roadblock, which is so important. Yep.
Forgive me if you told me this, it's
Yes.
I remember you mentioned that obviously part of the website would be able to log into the back office as
Yes.
part of it. My question is, would there be a training on how to use back office of WordPress?
That's a very good question. Every single practitioner will have a video, their own private little video tutorial with their particular website. So we're going to record a video for you so you can reference it later. And yes, the general concept is the same for every website, but there's tiny little things that are different between each. And so that's why we need to create that little video. And then what we're going to do is once it's all ready, we're going to have a quick one-on-one, 20 minutes, half an hour, I'm hoping. It'll probably get longer, but that's what my hope is that I'll say, okay, this is what I need you to update, go. And then we'll see if you were able to do it. Sorry?
Divi Builder, the WordPress one. Is it Divi Builder?
No, I don't know what that is actually, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, it's not Debbie Builder. Yes.
You're also a photographer, right?
Yes.
So if somebody wants photographs for their website?
Yes, and actually that's something that that I wanted to do as a little bonus, is that the practitioners that I have worked with have sent me their profile photo or their headshots. And let me tell you, once again, it's like that first step in someone getting to know you. It has to be professional headshot. No matter what you do with whoever you go on your website, please get a good photographer to take don't do one of these. Because somebody will judge you on that. And what you wear is so important. So there's a consultation prior to having your photo taken, who you are and what do you want to put out there when they see you. And people will judge you on your photo, trust me. Yes.
This is something I would like to do first. I'm going home on Saturday. I live in an 800 square foot condo. Running this practice out of my home is just not feasible, so I have to make that change. But I would like to do this first. Going home Saturday, should I just fill in the information
Yes,
on the website?
we will contact you.
And then we'll talk next week. There's no chance of getting with you this week, and there's no reason to, right?
You know what? I absolutely when do you take off? There's no way. Oh, next Saturday. Yeah, absolutely. We can have a.
This week, and then we can kind of get the ball rolling.
Yeah, we can definitely have that initial chat for sure.
Okay, I filled out. I was one of the, I think it was on first pictures that day.
Yes.
On top of everybody's stuff.
Yes, I remember.
So, do you want to call me, or do you want me to?
You know what? If you would do me a great service. If you could opt in through that opt-in, that I would appreciate, because then I would have it all in one general area, but yes, I will look at that list to make sure I don't miss you.
We can get together at some point this week.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. You'll have to just shave off an hour, hour and a half.
You tell me when.
Yeah. Does anybody else have any questions?
So in a consult, will you go over what we have existing and see what's workable, or are you really rigid on where you're hosting?
It depends on your answers to the question.
Okay.
We've had,
So just go to your website, go to fill out the form, and then go from there.
yeah, that's good. And if you want to take it a step further, if you're wondering, geez, well, how much will this particular website that I want made cost? Then you can take the quiz. It's going to take you maybe 30 seconds, and it'll give you an approximate ballpark of the website with what you think you need will cost you. And after we actually have the consult with you, we're going to create the proposal based on your answers. And then if you like what you see and you want to go ahead, we go ahead. And if not, you can take that proposal, give it to your friend who can create websites, and you'll have a skeleton of what you need, which is like the backbone of what you may need. There's still a lot you're going to miss, but at least you get a starting point, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for your time. Much appreciated. And yeah.
Thank you, Kinga.
Thank you, Kinga.
Thank you, Kinga.
Yeah. Awesome. Good to see you.
Nice to see you. I want to do the website for the
Oh, and everybody, if you could please hand in these before you leave.
Sorry?
I need to do my
collect
studying and stuff because I'm going to go back. And I want to take that time, like Daryl said first. But I definitely want to do it all. But I don't know when.
You know, it's not good enough to have the most powerful courses, treatments, and training. We want to deliver to you the adventure of a lifetime that's going to last a lifetime. And I'm going to take you on a little adventure right now and show you what we are going to deliver. What are we going to deliver? We are going to deliver the authentic you, the real you, the genius inside. How would you like to become not just the master of your mind, but the master of your body, the master of your life? You know what? The most important world is your world, and we're about to show you how to create it.
Found Dr. Wolf and all his positivity and trying to reshape our way of thinking and help me be a better person, a better mom, better wife. I'm glad I found him in person in Ixtapa, Mexico.
Never limit yourself to beautiful, because that's what you are. Take a look at this beautiful place. We all deserve beauty in our life. You need to create a new program that is unlimited when it comes to things that are beautiful, things that make you happy, things that make you shine, things that make you feel excited. Let's get excited.
This guy's got something really interesting to say and he's sharing it really openly and just really not caring what other people think, and I just thought that was really empowering.
What I've learned in my life is this: to be the change you wish to be the change you wish to see, Braveheart, you have to understand you take life one step at a time.
Dr. Wolf, as many people will have seen, is very direct and straight and will take you to the edge of the cliff, as he says, and then pull you back just in time.
Never lose your focus. Never lose your dream, because you are the dream maker. It's called image, but guess what? It's your imagination. The image that you hold creates the thought that you live with. That thought creates an emotion that creates a frequency, and we know that the invisible creates the physical. I mean, that's quite obvious. So be the power that you seek, and understand something, that all your thoughts matter. And guess what? Unless you're willing to take a look at those thoughts and retrain your brain, change your personality, you'll never change your reality, and your reality could become infinite.
He's a wealth of information, and I love it.
You were created by your creator to create. So let's create something amazing together.
I found Dr. Wolf and I went, wow, here's a truth speaker. And he spoke to my soul, and he spoke truth.
So tell me what you think of the destination that I came up with my imagination to hold the whole life coach certification for you. Understand something. It's all about beauty. It's all about adventure. It's all about stimulating the mind, okay? And understanding that your mind is unlimited. And that is what the Whole Life Coach certification is all about. In the Whole Life Coach certification, we are going to go deeper. We have people coming to us, professionals coming to us, from doctors to nurses to accountants to oil riggers to mothers that want to expand their life. And when they come here, they go, I need to learn to help my family, or I want to improve my business. But guess what? We get into their business. When they leave, they become the change that they wish to see, that they wish to be. They become the gift to the world, because when you can stay in the present, and you can't do that until you have unconditional love and care for yourself. And I'll tell you something right now. I have hardly even found 1 out of 1,000 practitioners, or even so-called whole life coaches, that can hold the present moment and own it and then give it as a gift. And this is what I'm going to give to you. And when you come here, this is where you're going to come into this room when you need to find alignment, you need to find balance, and you need to get back into your lion heart breath, because we're going to go deep into your heart, and we're going to become the spark that you seek.
And actually what I really love about Dr. Wolf's teachings is that unconditional love is literally it. And then you're like, how can it be that easy? That's just silly. So, but it's really not.
Come play, come stay, come train with us today. Understand something. I know we have fear, but understand, that's just false evidence appearing real. I get it. Stick your toe in, feel the water, but then I want you to dive right in, because
how I found my BRAVEHEART was through Daryl. He really teaches you to go within and go in through your heart and not your mind, because your heart's a lot more connected to so much more than your mind. Your mind is just so conditioned, and your heart is just so open and beautiful.
you're the answer that you've been looking for. Let me teach you how to fly. What does that mean? First, love yourself, Braveheart. Let's take life in and win.
I had just lost my husband a couple of years ago. With his passing, he gave me the greatest gift to love myself. But Dr. Wolf gave me the greatest gift in understanding that.
I had a dream 3 years ago that I would live in Mexico and I would have this training center, this teaching center, this treatment center that would touch the world. Your dreams are never too big. And when they start to create a little bit of anxiety, turn them into excitement. And get excited, because this is your life.
He's the first person, doctor, that I have encountered that has truly given me the truth. And not just half truths, but the full truth. So it's been revolutionary for me in my healing process.
And this, my friend, when you take on the dream of all dreams and you realize that if you stay connected to your breath, that you can have it all. Do not let anybody take your breath away. Do not let anybody steal your dream, okay? Listen, God gave you imagination. This is your sandbox of life. Take your life back. Right now, we are teaching courses to people that have come from all over the world, and the government is saying you can't travel, you can't breathe, you can't have this, you can't come together. Yes, we will. And we will do it with unconditional love for each other. And we will learn to grow. We will not judge each other. We'll observe and see where we can support each other. But at the same time, we will hold the Braveheart line, because this is the only way that we can grow. So find your roar, because you're so much more. And learn this. You are the unconditional love that you've been looking for. You are the dream maker. I can't wait to see you. We want to become that small piece of the puzzle that brings your dream together. Thank you. Good day, I'm Dr. Darrell Wolfe. Do you know why you or your friends or your family are struggling with their health? Well, because they've never been given a strategy. And every time they go to see a health practitioner, whether it's medical or natural, all they're doing is getting Band-Aids. What if we were able to create a strategy that you could create the perfect day from the minute you woke up until you went to bed, and then we continue to guide and support you along your journey as you grow, your program grows. And what if you only paid one price, and you had unlimited support and guidance for the rest of your life? That's called the Perfect Day Consultation. Let me ask you a question. What do you think it would take to turn your life around? I can tell you right now, I learned that a long time ago, what the key was. And anybody that has been able to perfect the perfect day on an emotional, physical, and spirit level knows this. The answer is massive, personal action. That's what it's going to take for you to turn your life around. And to turn your life around, you're going to have to go within if you want to change without. And that's the bottom line. And you know, people think that they can do it like with a consultation, or maybe they can do it with a telephone call or a Band-Aid or a 911 emergency, a treatment. But understand, that's not the way it is. The day that you realize that when you master your mind is the only time you're going to master your body. Forget your life. That's always going to be just random luck until you know that you must become the master of your day. From the moment you rise until you gently close your eyes, you must be the only authority for you. And if you think that getting an hour consultation is going to do it, it's not. If you think that going for therapy is going to do it, it's not. You have to submerge yourself into what we would call the personal treatment and training. And you need to do that from anywhere from 6 days to 10 days. Or you need to come for my whole life coach certification, because if you don't go in deep, you'll never make changes. They say it takes 10,000 times for you to repeat something before it becomes a prominent, dominant thought. And if you understood that 70 to 90% of all your thoughts are not yours, and they say that 70% of your thoughts are toxic. Tell me they're not. Take a look at the majority of the population. 92% of the population has an autoimmune disease, which means the body is attacking itself. Before that, though, the person was attacking themselves on a subconscious, unconscious level. And that, my friend, is the bottom line and why you must take a personal treatment and training and go deep and understand how to run your life. What that means is learning how to think, how to drink, how to eat, and knowing when somebody is mistreating you, when someone is disrespecting you, because until you honor and respect yourself, no one else is going to do it. So understand, this is your life. If you want to live your passion and purpose, then you must become the master of your mind to become the master of your body so that you can become the light for your family. So please, consider this. You've got the time and you've got the money because you're going to change the rest of your life for the rest of your life, and that's my guarantee to you.